Hey, it's another vlog week. It's gonna be like a short and sweet one this week, and I was in Vermont and New Hampshire snowboarding, so I have a little bit of footage from that. I'll do some voiceovers and just kind of share. It was so cold there that I didn't get a lot of like snowboarding footage, but I have some stuff at the top of the mountain and like the lodges and stuff that are super cute, and I cannot wait to show you. So yeah, it was so much fun, and we drove there. It took about 12 hours. We had some really good food. We met some really cool people. Like, real talk right now, I get so depressed when I come home from a trip. It is like, this is my actually like real talk. I had to film this. This is my second time filming this because I was so sad being home that my like filming looked so sad. So I don't know, does anyone else get like really sad after a trip? I just like miss it so much, and like just really need a break, and coming back to work is just like, oh, such a headache. And we stayed in Vermont for a couple days, and we tried to like do a lot of like local things. So we went to a couple dive bars, and the people were so nice. It was so funny because we like kind of walked in and there was just a few people at the bar. So obviously we started talking, and they were like all Vermont people, all Vermont local, and they bought us our drinks the whole night, and we left this place without a tab, and it was so cool because like, I don't know, it's just like a cool way of life. I don't know like if people in Ohio would do that, and I just thought that was really nice. And I felt like everyone was super friendly there. So yeah, I get super sad when I come back from a trip, like any trip. I just like miss it so much. I'm like the type of person, and I always, like whenever I go somewhere, I always want to move there. I've only been to one or two places where I'm like, oh my god, I don't think I could like ever live here. But like every other place I go to, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna move here one day. Like, I've said it about New York City. I've said it about, believe it or not, Florida. I've said it about, I don't know. I say it about Vermont now. Like, I'm always like, oh my god. I say it about Boston. Like, I'm always saying that I want to move somewhere. So, yeah, that's definitely what I like. I always get, like, sad about coming back. I'm like, oh my god, I could live here. I don't know. Does anyone else get that way? Okay, so this is heading into Vermont, which I just love because you can just see the mountains and the snow, and it's just, I get so excited. Yeah, so we were heading to Okemo, which last year I hated Okemo, and I was kind of dreading it in this car ride right now, but I have new respects for it. And like, look at this town, look at how cute it is. But I took a lesson there, and I met some cool people, and everyone was super chill. So and the conditions were fantastic. And I also got to snowboard over some train tracks, and a train went through. So it was really a good time, and I was thoroughly impressed. But we always ski bum it and drive through the night and just go straight to the resort. So I'm always a little tired, so maybe that's why I was dreading it, but yeah. So the next day we were at Mount Snow, and yeah, look at how beautiful it is at the top of the mountain, like just the snow-covered trees. There's a lodge up there, and I would definitely say that this is way more difficult of terrain, especially if you're coming from Ohio, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to give it a shot and just try it out, and even just to go up there for the views. But there is no way down other than to snowboard or ski down, so just be prepared for that. But yeah, okay, so I fell on my way down, and so I was just taking a break, and it kind of hurt a little bit, but I just wanted to show off my like little outfit. This is from Union Binding Co., which is, if you know them, they're the goat of bindings for snowboards, and yeah, just having a good time. So this is the lodge at Mount Snow, and they had some live music. It was just a really good time. Then we headed out to local bars, and then this is the little town in Vermont that we stayed in, where the locals were so freaking cool and bought our drinks for us, and The food here is delicious, and all the coffee shops are amazing because they add maple syrup to all their coffees, which is a win in my book. Oh my god, and we stopped for gas, and look at this. Ski dogs? Are you kidding me? I love that. But now we're heading to New Hampshire, and it was kind of funny because we went back to Okemo because we actually liked it so much this time, and we forgot that we were supposed to be heading to New Hampshire that day, and we thought we were heading there the next day. So we had to leave and rush back to our hotel to get all of our stuff and head to New Hampshire. But it worked out better because instead of leaving at 5 a.m., we left like midday, and I'm just not a morning person. And New Hampshire was super cool because it was like, even though it's steeper, I felt like the beginner terrain was so much more attainable and so like took such less of a toll on your body. And yeah, look at this lodge. It's so cute. I really enjoyed it here. I also really like their snow quality, and the mountains were insane. Like, this is from the lodge. You could just see it out the window. I was very impressed. We went on a powder day, so the conditions were awesome. Then we stayed at this hotel, which was super nice, but we were like the youngest people there. It was kind of funny. We kept kind of laughing about it, but would recommend for sure. And I think on my Instagram, I'm going to do some Vermont and New Hampshire recommendations, so definitely check that out. I was going to do like a pack with me and like go through my outfits and like a get ready with me. But one, we went snowboarding from like 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. and then we came back and like got ready. I was whooped. So I didn't like get ready as much as I thought I was going to. And I also like went way more casual than I thought I was going to be as well. So I just like, I don't know, maybe I should have shared my outfits. But the one thing I will say is that I love a good like fur coat moment, and I love a good like moon boot moment. I've definitely talked about that before, but like, oh my god, I do not like the mob wife aesthetic. Like, can I just like wear my coat without it being an aesthetic? And like, also, it's just like not a thing. Like, for where I live right now, like, there's no mob wives in, you know, the Midwest. I don't know, maybe there is, who knows? But for me, in my life, I'm not a mob wife. And especially like, I wore my fur coat, and I've had my fur coat for like 3 years. So I wore it to Vermont, and let me tell you, I was way overdressed. I just like kind of looked a little silly. It was just a little silly. So I don't know. I don't like the mob wife aesthetic. I'm not a fan of it. I just like, why do we just have to like keep doing like trend after trend? Like, I'm really trying to lean into more things that like I like, and like obviously there's gonna be trends that I like, or obviously there's gonna be trends that suit you, but like I'm just like cannot keep up with all these trends, and it's just like so exhausting, and I like feel like half the time I'm just trying to keep up with it, and it's just like not a thing. But I mean, the pictures with my coat turned out super cute, but I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, why does it have to be a mob wife? It's just so silly. Like, I feel like the first rule of like being a mob wife is like not saying that you're a mob wife, or like that you're in the mob. Like, so it's just so weird. Like, you can't just like put a coat on and be something. I'm just a hater. But yeah. So we're going to Vermont again in a few weeks here, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be another long drive, but we're staying in some like really, really nice places, and I feel like I'm gonna do a little bit more vlogging and a little bit more like exploring, and it's definitely more of a town where you can do like you can wear a little bit more of like bougie outfits. So I'm really excited, and I think we're going to show that here too. But yeah, I am just trying to get through the week now, being back and dealing with my post-trip depression. Thank you again for, you know, watching, and I'm just again so happy to be here and like share my life and share like cool things. So thanks again.